Hello, welcome to Local Edition. I'm Leslie Leyton. GPS monitoring is meant to give an extra layer of protection when convicted criminals are released back into society, but are they instead giving a false sense of security? With us now, Supervisor Todd Spitzer, who now is the chairman of the Orange County Board of Supervisors. Welcome.
I appreciate being here, Leslie. Thank you.
GPS monitoring, it's meant to help, but it seems like it's only as strong as the ability to monitor the data that comes in from the ankle bracelets and such.
You know, there's been such a push from Sacramento, especially the governor, to open up our jails and, you know, create all this capacity because we're being under court order to open up our state prisons. But also, I just think there's this liberal attitude, you know, no one should go to prison anymore. So everybody's saying, well, let's just put them on GPS monitoring. And then we'll know where they are, but, you know, they won't be in our prisons.
Sounds like a good idea on the surface, at least if they're going to be out on the streets, that we know where they are and possibly what they're doing. But if nobody's looking, if the traffic control people aren't checking where the planes are in the sky, it doesn't help.
Well, that's exactly true. And the thing is, we have different traffic control plans. And so, for example, we have two characters, both convicted sex offenders, one in a federal system of GPS and one in a state parole system of GPS, who were cohorting together, cut off their bracelets, went to Las Vegas, got caught. What do? They put them back on GPS monitoring instead of sending them back to state prison. Now they're in Orange County Jail being accused of murdering 4 prostitutes here in Orange County.
So what is the central problem with the GPS monitoring, and what do you see as potential solutions?
All these systems today are proprietary. So when you hire a GPS monitor, you're hiring a company that has this system that's theirs. And what I'm insisting on, and what we're going to be doing in terms of state legislation, is you can have your proprietary system, you can have that bracelet looks like yours, but you have to be able to share the data that comes out of that bracelet and gets put through your tracking system.
So that all of these systems can communicate with one another.
So no one can say, hey, he's on federal and he's on state, oh my, we're not responding. No, we are going to be able to take that data and we're going to be able to match it so we can actually track these people and keep them from doing what they're not supposed to do, which is be together and obviously commit crimes together.
Yeah, technology, like so many other things, only as strong as the weakest link in this. Right. What would you monitor? How would you make this work?
So today, you know, you can in real time with GPS, you can see where sex offenders are. And if there's a crime that's been committed, you can see if a sex offender has been in that area. And then they become a natural suspect for further investigation. So, excuse me, all that information will be downloaded. What we're proposing is through the Department of Justice. They'll create a database that every law enforcement in California can access. If we can do that in California, then we'll do that nationally. So this is now the beginning of an incubation of what I'm hoping will be a national movement. We'll have GPS interoperability. For example, we do this on the toll roads. You use the 241 through South County, you use the 91 express lanes or Los Angeles, you get one bill. You get it on your bill, irrespective of where you use that transponder. We want the same thing for GPS.
And maybe some translation with all this data. It doesn't do you any good if you have a lot of data, but there's nothing meaningful that comes from it.
Well, that's why through legislation, we have to establish standards, and then everybody, even though it's proprietary and they don't want to share the little secrets about how they operate their systems, that data point will have to be common and be able to be shared.
Okay, where does this stand right now in developing and becoming reality?
Well, I mean, we're just in the drafting of legislation, and we have an author, and we're looking for support in Sacramento. We plan to announce this soon. And then we'll start the committee hearings, and we'll hope that we can get the governor's support for it.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it in so many areas where technology can't keep up with itself as far as like doing what you want it to do, you know, with all these security breaches.
Well, you talked about a false sense of security. What people have to understand is that the government is using GPS like crazy, and yet these systems don't talk to each other. And that jeopardizes public safety.
Supervisor Todd Spitzer, thanks for being here. Glad you could join us too. I'm Leslie Leyton.